Okay, now it's tall, tall. But you have to remember, did I use Bob Bob for his speaker identification or tall, tall? There's a lot of work that goes on in court reporting than just writing, okay? You have to remember these symbols for everybody and then start writing, okay? So I'm tall, tall. She's blue, blue. She's red, red. So I'm gonna start talking. Okay, well, we're here today, tall, tall. Well, we're here today and we're here for the deposition of Mr. Bobby Oringo. And she jumps in and says, well, counsel, there's some things that I want to put on the record. So now it's blue, blue. Now there's some things that I want to put on the record. Red, red. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We need to go in order. Keep it in order. You can put things on the record at the end. I come in, tall, tall. Well, I'm running this. I'm going to be asking the questions. She cuts in, blue, blue. Well, hold on, dash, because she got cut off. Red, red, because she's going to start talking. See how it goes? And it can get a little muffled sometimes because of what's going on. So you have to pay attention to what's going on, okay? And remember what each person's symbol is, okay? So like if you're at a deposition and you already know, attorney, 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 okay? Mr. Zarati's gonna be tall, tall. So you're writing it on your sheet already. Mr. Zarati, tall, tall. Mrs. So-and-so, blue, blue. Mrs. So-and-so, red, red. So you already know. So even if it gets confusing, it's like, oh, red, red, and then boom, boom, boom. And here you go, okay? So there's a lot more that goes into it. So right here, let's just, they put Bob, Bob for Mr. Robertson, okay? So get on there. So how do you global multiple strokes? It's not letting us do it. But it is down here. So you do, how do you global?
G.
Twice. Control G twice, or however many strokes you need. So now it's Mr. Smith. Okay? Well, now I know that Smith, Smith, I want to put for Mr. Smithson Valley. Okay? And it's all one word, Smithson Valley. Well, I'm not writing Smithson Valley every time they say Smithson Valley. I'm writing Smith, Smith, or Smith, Smith, Smith. If you want to throw the asterisk in there, you have time to do it, great, whatever. So now what you can do is come to special entries.
My special entries box isn't here.
Huh?
Everything's here except my special entries box.
Did you go into the custom?
Go
Go into that little icon.
Oh, right, the icon. Customize. Show all is up here. Everything is here, just not the special entries Dropbox.
Everyone have it? Everyone has special entries, right? Go into that prompt. Up in the left.
This?
Customize.
Show all is clicked. Reset.
Do okay.
Da-da.
No, it's just making it bigger.
That's all it did. Try it again. Ah.
Well, luckily, I brought this. So if you bring it up and you're not on some type of steno or whatever, it may not bring up all of your stuff. So when you go into the special entries and you want a speaker, what do?
F2.
In special entries?
Oh, S for speaker.
S, 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 S. Speaker. Got it? Press enter. It already sets it up just like this. Got it? Now write Smithson Valley in there. Or just write Smithson. Mr. in all caps. So when it's a speaker, it's always in all caps. So Mr. Smithson. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. Get out of this. Get out. Come back here. Huddy Global.
G, Control G.
Control G. Control G. Got it? Now you need to make a speaker list. Okay?
F2.
How do you do that?
F2.
F2. Now put Mr. Smithson. All caps.
With the period, right?
No.
No, with the period after Mr.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Just like it is right here. Don't space over. Don't do anything. Do it exactly the way that I did it. Okay? Now press enter. See how it already set it up?
Wow.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? It already set it up in the prompt, already ready to go. Okay? Now press enter again. Well, did you?
No.
It's there.
What you want to do is Control J. I'm sorry. No big deal. You can reset the thing and do it again. We're going to do it on the next one anyway, so don't worry about it. But here you want to do Control J to put it in a job dictionary. Because,
Right.
and I'm going to tell you why, because every time you do Smith, Smith from now on, so now you have another guy that comes in and his name is Mr. Smith Cerrone. I don't know, whatever. So now you're doing Smith, Smith again because it's the easiest thing that you can find is Smith. Now it's going to come up Mr. Smithson because you put it in your main dictionary. Okay? Got it?
Do we want it in our main dictionary?
No, you don't. I
think
just
so.
said that. Control
But-
J.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So if you don't know how to do it, bring down this little box and you see where it says job for a job dictionary. Got it? Select it. Now it's here in a job dictionary. Enter. Sets it up in colloquy. Got it?
Nice.
Did it say job dictionary speakers? Can we just do that again?
Well, we're going to do it again.
Alright.
Oops.
So come right here on Jones. Got it? How do you global?
Control
G.
Once,
twice.
twice.
F2.
You're here. You want to set it up because it's a speaker. How do you do it?
F2.
F2. So now you want to write Mr. Jonesville. Because I can promise you, and his name may be Jones, Mr. Jones, and you put Jones. So actually you can put Jones if you want. You can put whatever you want, I really don't care, okay? The point is you put Jones, Jones for a reason, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Be careful about the two things that I told you about. His last name and speaker. Got it? You don't want to confuse those because it's totally different. You're going to define it totally different. Okay?
Right.
So let's just say, for argument's sake, and I'm kind of getting way off, but I want to teach you guys something real quick. Let's just say Jones Jones was for Jonesavillian. And you're not going to write Jonesavillian every time. And his name is Mr. Jonesavillian. Well, now you just put Jones Jones. Okay? So now you want to define it as that. So now Jones Jones is Jonesavillian. So now it's J. It's not all caps because it's his last name. Jonesavillian. Okay? So now you've just made it into a name. Do you want it in your main?
No.
No, you don't. Because you're probably going to use Jones Jones again, maybe for a speaker, maybe for somebody's other last name. So I wouldn't do it. You do Control J, blah, 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 enter. Okay? But what we're doing here is totally different. We're doing it as a speaker. Okay? So you have Jones. How do you do it as a speaker? F2.
Yep.
Write Mr. in all caps with a period. Jones. Got it?
Got it.
Got it. Enter. Puts it into here and already sets it up. So once you go into your speaker list, it already knows that you're going to set it up as a speaker. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Okay? Don't have to worry about it. Do you want it in your main? How do you put it in the job? Control J. Sets it up. Boom.
Great.
All right. Get on green, green. And Elizabeth, walk me through it.
Okay, so you've got your hyper keys on, your cursor's on green, green, the first green. You hit Control G 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And then, because this is a speaker, you hit F2. And in all caps in the entry box, you write Mr. Green because his name is Green. Hit enter. Takes you back to your global box. And it already has the speaker set up there as Mr. Green. And you hit Control J because you want it just to be for this particular job. It enters it.
That's how you do it. Got it? Guys, super important. Super important stuff right there. Okay? So, write this on your sheets on stuff to practice this weekend. And you're going to practice different names. So you're going to have somebody dictate to you or whatever. And you just write red, red, black, black, hair, hair, tall, tall, short, short, Jones, Jones, green, green, whatever. Okay? Go in there, practice putting it in there in a speaker list, in the setup. I can't emphasize to this enough, guys. Practice this. Practice this. Because you're going to come back and you're going to say, what? What? How do you, special entry, Q? No, no, it's not. Well, you do the F2 sometime, and I don't know, there was a global in there somewhere. No, practice it, okay? Because if you practice it now, while it's still fresh on your minds, it's going to help you, and it's going to stick with you. And now you're going to know how to set it up quick. Got it? Okay.
Okay.
Any questions about that? No?
No, that's good.
So you can always use that, like Control J, Speakers Dictionary, and edit it from time to time, right? Like, let's say you finish, like you said, I have a bunch of names in there, right? Or do I create a different job dictionary for every single job?
It's a different one for every job.
Every single job.
Yeah. So what's pretty cool too is like when you create your PDF file or you create a different file, not the PDF, but you create a different file. So let's just say you come sit in my court and they say, you know what, Stephanie, we need that, that hearing from 7/13. Okay. It was in the morning. Okay. So you go in, read it in, blah, blah, blah. You go through and you edit that whole thing in that dictionary. You want to edit it in there because it has your WAV files. That's why you keep it in there. Okay? So now you finished it. So now you go and you want to mark it and move it. How do you do that?
Mark and move what?
You want to mark the text that you just did. So that whole hearing was from page 3 to page 99. How do you do it?
Control M for mark?
Yeah. At the beginning.
Right.
And then just page down. Page down all the way till you get to 99. Mark the end of that thing. So now you want to copy it. How do you copy it?
Control C.
Control C. Say it with me. Control C copies it. Okay? So now you want to create another file. We've gone through this stuff already, guys. Is it coming back? Is it?
Marking is the copy you didn't know.
Okay. So you're gonna mark it, which is
Control M.
no.
M.
M.
M. The
And
first
hyperkeys.
word is just M.
Or really?
M for mark. There is a mark.
Or
Control M.
F?
That's fine.
No.
7.
7. F7 is mark. So F2 is what?
Speaker list.
F3 is what?
Question.
4,
Answer.
5,
Find.
6.
Find. Capitalize.
Capitalize.
Say it. Say it.
Capitalize.
Capitalized. Once you say it, it's going to help you. I promise it's going to help you. You think it's kind of redundant, but I promise you, I'm doing it for a reason. It's not to point anybody out. It's not to make, it's to help you learn. These things, trust me guys, it's going to come in so handy once you learn these things. F7 is what?
Mark.
Mark.
What is it?
Mark. Mark.
Mark.
Mark.
F7.
F7 is mark. So F7, page down. So mark all of that stuff that you want to move.
Cool.
And how do you copy it? Control C. Then exit out of there. And you're going to come to the main page. I'm going through this for a reason. So how do you open a text?
Edit. E.
Alt E.
Alt.
Alt E. Say it.
Alt E.
Alt E opens your transcript box, which means to edit. Okay? So now you're here. Alt E. All right? You're right here. So it has all of your jobs that you've done. So now you need to create it. You need to create a new file. Well, you're right here. It's asking you for the file name. What I want to put, Jonesville, because that was the person of who I was. Jonesville, Luther. Okay? You're going to say, I want to open that file, Jonesville, Luther. It's telling you right there, this file does not exist. Do you want to create the file? Yes, I do. And watch what it does. It asks you again, are you sure Are you sure? Because you're getting ready to create a file that's not there. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Yes, it is. So then you push yes. So you push yes, and it comes to a blank page. How do you paste what you just copied in there?
Control V.
V? Yes. Control V puts it in there. So it puts that whole thing in there. You had 6 speakers in that thing. Well, guess what? That thing that you just copied your speaker list into there. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. And I'm going to show you. I don't know if it's not going to let me. I'm going to have to open another thing. But I'm going to show you real quick.
Did it copy the dictionary too?
It doesn't copy the WAV files over. You have to do that separately and different, and I don't suggest you really do it. I'd leave it in the other file.
What are you calling it? The something files? Wave files?
WAV.
Wave files. That's
WAV.
new for me.
So that's where they're speaking.
Okay.
So it's your recording
wave.
files,
Like,
yeah.
Okay, sound wave.
It's your recording files. So let's come in here, we'll pick A, Alonzo, open it, here it is, okay? Now I come into speaker, which is what?
F2.
F2.
F2. And see how many speakers I have? Now it just has my speakers. Notice this?
Right, totally different.
Notice this. Notice. Okay? It's for a reason. I'm going to show you something. So now I come into, this is just one that has all of my files for that day, 1/6/14. Okay? I'm going to open it. Now it opens the whole thing. So now it's, I don't know, 200 pages. How do you open your speaker list?
F2.
Look how many speakers I have. There's all the numbers, and I've got more. So you got the witness, court, unidentified man, the bailiff, attorney 1, 2, 3, clerk, attorney 4, unidentified woman, caseworker, the kid, dumb person. I told you I had some different speakers, so one of my favorite ones is dumb dumb. I'm just telling you. So you have mom, dad, Mr. Smith. So when you know it's the mom, it's mom, mom. When you know it's the dad, it's dad, dad. When you know he's, then you put that. And I use it every day. It's one of my favorite. You know, but it's easy for me to remember. It's funny because I like to laugh about everything. So I try to make it funny. So I pick somebody every day to be that person.
Oh, great.
And it's just easy to stroke. D-U-M, it's an easy stroke, easy. And you want to keep it easy, okay? You don't want something where your
Right.
fingers are Smith and you're having to hit the asterisk and Smith, Smith. Keep it simple. Like on Smith, I like the asterisk, so it's not as hard for me, but I'd still keep it simple. I do Smith, Smith. One extra stroke, you don't need it. You really don't need it, okay? But see how many I have? The ones that I didn't use are not going to transfer.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
Is that the whole
it-
purpose of showing this? That
Yeah.
when we copied and pasted, cut, whatever?
Yeah.
Because you were the judge and you told Bree, court reporter, you wanted that excerpt from that particular
Yeah.
file,
Yeah.
then it only copied the speakers pertinent to
That
that
you
cut
used.
and paste. Is that right?
So the speakers that I use for attorney 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to go over because I've already defined attorney 1, 2, 3, 4 as different people. So those are going to transfer over. The court should transfer over, maybe caseworker. If I define that person, then it's going to transfer over. Okay? So just the ones that I use, but notice how many there are. They're 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Now,
Okay.
why aren't there numbers next to the others?
Because it only gives you 9.
Oh,
Because once you push 1, it's going to automatically push 1. I'm going to show you something, and I'm getting way ahead of myself, but it's pretty neat. Write this down. So let's just say this is a speaker right here. and I have 9 other speakers that I've already used, okay? So I need to redefine this one right here. So what you do is change and create a shortcut. You have 1 through 9 already, okay? So what I do is I start using letters. So now he's A. So when I open my speaker box and Mr. Smith down here said something, I labeled him as A. All I do is open that speaker box, push A, automatically puts it in there. I don't have to scroll down or highlight it, then push enter. All I do is push F2, A, puts it in there. Got it? Pretty cool stuff right there. Also, if I have Mr. Smith down here, but you know what? I'm not using the clerk. I'm not using some of these other ones. But you know what? I need to move him up into a number because I'm going to be using him a lot. So there's others that I'm not. I just moved him up into a number 4. See that? Highlight it, move up,
Highlight it.
move down.
Got it.
So, like if you're not using clerk, move down, get him out of the numbers where you don't need him anymore. Boom. Easy.
So
Yeah.
in other words, you know that day the clerk, the caseworker is not going to be showing up that day to court, and the caseworker's up there in number 6. You
Yeah.
could do what you just did safely because you know you're not going to be
Yeah.
dealing with the possibility.
So
that
you
the
can
caseworker
move
could
any of
come in.
these that you need to out of the way to where you make more room for the ones that you need. And you don't have to create other shortcuts because you're not using the kid, you're not using dumb person, you're not using whatever, caseworker. Okay? Really important right there, guys. Good stuff right there. Okay?
Great.
Any questions about that? Imagine that. What you got?
Sorry, this is just about, so you don't actually do this list until you're editing, is that right?
Yeah.
While you're transcribing, you're just doing.
No, I mean, you can do it in real time. When you're set up, I mean, I'd sit there and I already know, we're getting ready to get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. I set up my speakers and I already define them.
Okay.
So how do you global it?
Well, G or Control G. G,
G or
Control G.
Control G. Not all G. What's all G?
It's fine. I mean, go to.
Go to page. Go to page.
Alt G.
Alt G. It's another good one to know, to learn. Okay, guys, I think that's it for tonight. Guys, and I say this every week, twice a week, but we went over a lot of stuff tonight. A lot, okay? Use that stuff this week, okay? Go over the speakers, the speaker list, defining the speakers, in your speaker list, putting it in there, going to the special entries, all of that stuff. Putting stuff in brackets, all of that, okay? Any questions about what we went over tonight? No? Okay, we'll see y'all next week. Or we'll see y'all Wednesday.